The GOP cemented their status as the working class party, making gains with non-white voters. Former Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan of Ohio is here to break it down for me. He founded the organization We the People. Tim, you were the first person I thought of this morning because you have been warning that your party is losing connection with its base for the last 8 years. What did Donald Trump gain in the last 4 years? More billionaires, Elon Musk, yet he didn't just reconnect with the working class. He got more support. What did you think about what happened last night?
Well, he continues to kind of defy gravity, at least from the Democratic consulting class that David was just talking about. And people just, I think on our side, can't get a read on him. But he just continued to hammer the economic anxiety that people are feeling. And, you know, and we would say for how long Bidenomics is working, the GDP, all these macroeconomic statistics. And that is not how normal people think and feel. And I think, you know, where you're from in New Jersey, where I'm from, you know, grew up outside of Youngstown, Ohio, people have economic anxiety in their DNA. So even if the economy is doing well, even if wages are going up, there's still the inflationary squeezes. But they're looking over their shoulder because that's what their life has been for the last 30 or 40 years for them and their parents. And they still carry that with them. And Trump just zeroes in on that. And he just juices that up. And it's very effective. And then, you know, you take the kind of political mistakes that, you know, I think the administration made around immigration, which plays into that anxiety. Security plays into that anxiety, just disorder generally plays into that anxiety. And you get what you got, but we have lost the room. You know, you've watched a comedian who loses the room, or you know, someone's given a speech and that they lose the room. Democrats have lost the room.
Does Donald Trump's, I don't want to say vulgarity, but the crude things he says or the crazy things he says that sometimes have a scintilla of truth in them, do they give people permission to talk about their truths or anxieties? And you mentioned immigration, right? When Donald Trump was last president, it was a border crisis. Since then, we saw governors like Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis ship migrants to other cities. And at the time, we said it was inhumane. We said it was illegal. But politically, it was a home run for them because the border crisis then became a migrant crisis all over the country with lots of apolitical people saying, this doesn't work for me. Is this an issue in that Democrats haven't yet given, dare I say, permission structure for people to talk about their anxieties or insecurities in a changing demographic in the country, which doesn't make someone xenophobic or racist, but they need the space to say, I need to talk about what's happening in my city or town that is now resource constrained.
Well, they want to talk to somebody who they feel like understands that anxiety, understands what they're going through. And that's the emotional connection that they have with Trump, as bizarre as it is. It is an emotional connection. I mean, look at Harris's numbers in New York City. Look at the numbers in New Jersey and some of these states that were affected by shipping the immigrants to those cities. It affected it. And then, so in the politeness stuff, it drives me crazy because people don't give a damn about that at all. Like if there's a system that's keeping you down or you feel like it's keeping you down and it's got its boot on your throat, you don't give a damn if the person who's trying to get the boot off your neck is swearing or they're mean-spirited or they're an asshole. Like you don't care because they're being a jerk on your behalf. And so that's why people don't care. And the more we harp on that, I think the more we reinforce the idea that we don't understand what they're going through because Trump is just trying to fix this broken system. I've been saying, too, for a long time, we need to be the party of reform. Like if you're shipping immigrants to my city and they're getting, you know, money and checks and this and that and all these benefits, and I'm out slogging every day, can barely make ends meet because I'm a union construction worker in a big city like New York or Boston, like that pisses you off. And so they don't feel like we're for them like they did so many years ago. when my grandfather was in a union. We've lost the room on that, and we've got to reboot this party because we've lost the room. And the end result is what we saw. I mean, almost a clean sweep across the board.